Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here this afternoon with my little dog Ellie. We're gonna make a card. I'm happy to see you, and it has been a rainy day for us. It has, it's still pouring outside. Hey Robin. It is raining and it's pouring up here. It seriously is. Independent Stampin' Up! Just a minute, I have to turn off my sound there. Okay. The roses in the front are flooded. Everything is really wet, and I heard one of the freeways has some water running over it. So we got a storm watch warning, a flood warning a while ago. So it is just really raining out there, and Ellie is barking when it gets kind of loud. Hey Robin. So thank you so much for stopping by today, and we are going to make a card together. We're just going to spend this rainy afternoon for me, and I don't know what your weather's like, and we're just going to make a card, and Ellie is going to go back to her bed. She's been out in the rain several times today. She doesn't like to go, and her hair gets all wet and we have to dry her off and all that. So she's gonna go get in her bed, and we're gonna make a card. And what we're gonna feature today is our 7 retiring in colors. Stampin' Up! Has 5 retiring in colors. Every year we have a new group of in colors that are special colors in addition to our color families. And those stay with us for 2 years. And so right now it's almost time for the 2018 to the 2020 in colors to be retiring. And the supply gets very short when it's almost time for them to retire. They're only good until I think June 3rd is the last day you can buy them, and all of the things that go with them. So we're going to make a card today using the retiring in colors, and I'm going to show them to you now. So let's turn our camera down, and I have to do a couple of things, and we'll see if we got it right. There they are. Can you see the in colors? Who knows them? I kept forgetting this one last week. Pineapple Punch, Call Me Clover, Berry Bushel, Lovely Lipstick, and Grapefruit Grove. And these are the 5 colors that are retiring, and they are gorgeous. They're very primary type of colors, but I'll tell you, my favorite one is Lovely Lipstick. Leave me a comment there and let me know what your favorite of these colors is. Although I also really like Grapefruit Grove, but I think I have to stick with Lovely Lipstick as my favorite. So leave me a little comment there. Now, up above the video that you're watching, you notice that I have some links for you. And one thing is my April host code. And if you use that host code, I will send you a free gift if you use that host code when you make a purchase or an order of $50 or more. And the link for making the order is right up there, right above. So as you see these things, if you want to order them, you can go straight to my 24/7 online store. So these are the colors we're going to use today, and this is the card we're going to make. I love this set called Beautiful Friendship. This stamp set is, they're all my favorites. Most of them are my favorites, but I really have enjoyed this one, and I decided to put it together, create it using the 5 in colors that are retiring, just so we can start to get a look at them again and remember how pretty they are. So let's get started. I'm actually just going to push my colors up here and open them because I'm going to be using them for our card, and I'm going to be using them all. So I'm going to get them all lined up in front of me, which is pretty fun because sometimes I don't use so many colors. And we're going to start. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp set. The Beautiful Friendship stamp set is a photopolymer stamp set. So that means that when we stamp, the stamps are see-through. And we need to use a Stampin' Pierce mat or a thicker mat to get a good impression. So that's why I've got my Stampin' Pierce mat out. And to create our card, we're first going to create this background using the flowers and leaves in the Beautiful Friendship set. So I'm going to get my glasses on here, and we're going to start with a stamp that kind of looks like a hydrangea. And I'm going to stamp that in Grapefruit Grove. And I'm going to keep my sample out here so I can look and see exactly how I did it. But you know, these stamps, this set is so beautiful, it almost doesn't matter how and where you stamp these stamps. They're so pretty. So I think I'm going to anchor my card with one of these hydrangea stamps at each end. And you notice I kind of press down hard, and it does leave really a nice light look, I think. These stamps are very well made. Now the next ones I'm going to do are some roses. I really like this rose, and I think it looks really nice in the lovely lipstick color. So I'm going to stamp a couple of roses down here. And again, this is just totally arbitrary. I just have a lot of fun with it. And I'm going to actually turn this around and have my hydrangea over here and do kind of the same thing again. So these roses will show real pretty. They're just beautiful. It's amazing how just one stamp can just have that much shading and everything. It's a distinctive stamp, and that's a name for a Stampin' Up! Stamp that has that beautiful shading in it. All right, now let's go in with some leaves. Let's put some leaves in. And these I'm going to stamp with Call Me Clover, is the green. And actually I'm going to stamp off a little bit because it's a very bright color and I really want the flowers to take precedence. So I'm just going to stamp a few leaves, stamping off first, which means you just stamp to the side. And I'm just going to keep turning around and kind of filling in a little bit with my leaves. These are very pretty leaves. So I'm going to put another leaf right in here. And let's see, do I want any more leaves? I think I might have a couple more in here. They really do fill in, and I think it really shows off the Call Me Clover. It's a very pretty color. Okay, now I'm going to close that up because I don't need that again. Now we're going to use two roses. They're kind of rose buds. And we're going to stamp those in Pineapple Punch. Hey, Lori, how are you doing? Okay, Pineapple Punch roses. And I'm just going to, you know, you can just put them anywhere. Let's see. Let's put some up in here. Just kind of like that. Really, we're just making a pretty background. In a way, it's similar to what we did last Friday where we made our own background. This is different though because I love these stamps, and I think normally I don't think I would use so many. I might not cover up the whole background, but I'm doing it today to show off the 5 in colors that are retiring. So we'll put a final one there. Now let's fill in with some little blue flowers, and I have to admit, maybe some of you know the name of this little blue flower. It's I might say stock, because I think stock is kind of like that, S-T-O-C-K. Some of you leave me a comment there and let me know. Hey Mary, good to see you. So this is one that's kind of long, and it looks nicely, just kind of as a filler. Put another one in there. So do you think it's stock? I'm looking at your comments to see what you all think. Might fit one right up in there. Okay, I think that's good. Now we've got our background completely covered with these beautiful, beautiful images from this gorgeous stamp set. Beautiful Friendship. I just love it. And I'm going to move the pad so you can see how pretty those flowers are. And like I said, you can definitely arrange them nicely and even do some on just an edge of a card. which I've done, but to show off all the in colors, I wanted to do it this way. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the sentiment. And you can see here I've used a birthday sentiment from this stamp set. It has some really nice sentiments. It has, I love our beautiful friendship, so very happy to know you, a very big congratulations and best wishes to you. But I'm going to use this birthday one today, and one reason is because I love the punch I'm going to use. So I'm going to stamp this with the lovely lipstick. And I want to get kind of a lot of ink on there if I can, because I'd like it to come out a bit dark. So here we go. I'm just going to stamp it right over there and press down. Okay. I think that's all the stamping we need to do. So I'm going to close up my lovely lipstick stamp pad. And now I'm going to use this punch I like so much. It's called the Label Me Lovely punch, and it was back ordered for a while because it was so popular, but I just checked before I did this and it's back in stock. So Label Me Lovely punch. And I'm going to center my sentiment right in there like that. Okay, so there's the sentiment, and then we're going to do a little something fun with the sentiment. We're going to line it or outline it. I'm going to punch another one out of lovely lipstick cardstock, and we're going to use this to put a backing on our sentiment. Now you could just offset it like that, but instead we're going to cut down the center. I've done this before with you, and I think you've seen it, but just as a reminder, it's fun and I like the way it looks. So we just cut in half our other punched piece, and then I'm going to use some multi-purpose glue to glue the top and bottom part of the lovely lipstick punched piece onto the sentiment. And the trick here is line up your edges, your left and right edges. Oh, whoops. Okay, that got kind of crazy, didn't it? All right, that's all right. We can fix it. You can always fix it. We'll try to push that down a little bit more. You know, I think I'm going to punch another one. We can always fix our mistakes, and I'm just going to pull this off, and I'll do another one. This, I always tell you, you know, everybody makes mistakes, and that's why I actually brought extra cardstock. The glue just ran away from me, but that's okay. That happened in my practice too, so I'm not totally surprised. Okay, so let's try this again. We're going to put our glue on the back there, and I'm going to actually hold this and press it on. And the trick, as I was saying, is to line up the sides like that. And then the other thing I did is I tried to have the same distance between the white and the edge here, right over there on those corners. That gave me a good way to line it up. Okay, now we'll do the second one. And this puts just a pretty little frame around your sentiment. It kind of highlights the sentiment, sets it off in a way. Let's see if I can get this one right. Okay, there we go. And we'll just give it a few minutes to dry so it doesn't move. Isn't that cute? Do you see how it just sets it off? Here's the finished one so we can check again. You see how that just gives it a nice little frame. All right, now we're going to go back to our stamped piece. Let me press down again. And I'm going to line this. This piece, for your information, was a Whisper White piece of cardstock that was 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And then I'm going to line it with a piece of lovely lipstick that just has a tiny frame around the edges, and I've added 1/8 of an inch to the measurements. And it just gives, again, another little nice frame, and it goes along with our framed sentiment. I'm just going to put on some of my glue. And then we'll just, remember this is going to be a very, can you see that? A very, very small edge right along there. Hey, Christy, Carolyn, Biba, good to see you all. How are you? Okay, so that kind of got stuck down there. Okay, so now our base piece, our background piece is lined with that lovely lipstick cardstock. And remember, pretty soon, June 3rd, we're not even going to have the lovely lipstick cardstock. And we'll be sad. I'll be sad. Okay, so here are some other coordinating things that go with the in colors that are retiring. I don't have any more lovely lipstick or Grapefruit Grove Grosgrain. This is 1/4 inch Grosgrain ribbon. I've used those all up. And here are the markers that go with them. All of these colors, these 5 colors, all these things are currently available, but they do tend to run out before they actually retire. So that's why I'm talking to you about them today. So I'm going to use some of the Pineapple Punch Grosgrain ribbon, and for my sample card, I tied a knot around it. And for this one, I think I'm going to try to tie a bow because I actually really love bows. And while I tie my bow, if you would do me a favor and share this video, share this live video, there's a place right there while you're watching that says that you can share. If you would share this with someone that you think might like to watch it, and as I usually do in all my videos, if you share this video and then you type shared in the comment, I will send you today's card. And if more than one of you share, I've got a couple of the cards because I've been making samples. So I would love you to share with someone right now and then just type in there in the comment shared. Okay, there's our bow. And I'm just going to clip my little ends of the bow. Whoop, okay. And then I have my Whisper White card base. And I'm going to glue this piece on. I'm going to adjust my bow more in a minute after I get it glued on. But I wanted to get it just tied on there. And then I'm going to set my sentiment on. But first I'm going to glue this piece onto my Whisper White card base. And if you haven't seen my little nail polish holder that I use to keep my glue in, I want to be sure you get to see it because you probably are going to want one. You can get them on Amazon, white and pink, or maybe an assortment of both. My friend Lori got me this pink one because pink is my favorite color. But I just like to show that to you because I love mine. It keeps that glue down at the top so it's ready to come out when I'm ready for it. I'm going to put my lid on my glue. And then you just stick it like that, right in that little holder. Isn't that so cute? I just love it. I keep it by me all the time. Okay, so I'm pressing our pretty flowered piece down. And now it's time to put on our sentiment. And isn't that just going to be cute? I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. Let me find them. Okay, here they are. Now I think I'm going to adjust my bow a little bit now, because I like to get that, well, maybe I'll put the sentiment on first and then I'll adjust the bow. How about that? Okay, so I'm just going to put 2 Stampin' Dimensionals, the regular sized ones, and I'm just going to put them on the top and the bottom. Whoops, something happened there. Okay, there we go. 2 dimensionals, and then I'm just going to, again, line this side up with this side. That helps to get it even. See if I can do it there. Okay. So now our sentiment is on, and now I'm just going to play around with the bow and see if I can get it a little more proportionate and a little bit straighter. I know that some of you have trouble making bows. One of the tricks is just to relax and just play with it until you get it the way you want. Now I'm just going to cut off these little edges, and there's our bow. I don't think that's too bad. Doesn't that make a really cute card? And here's our sample. I'll bring that back in too so you can see both. That's the knot and that's the bow. Which do you prefer? The knot is easier, but I really like the bow. So I think that is a really cute card using the really gorgeous, beautiful friendship stamp set and all of our outgoing in, isn't that funny to say, outgoing in colors? So I hope if you like these colors, be sure to get them before they run out. So you've got until June 3rd to order these in colors, and they are beautiful. I think I'm going to stock up on some lovely lipstick. I really do just like that color so much, and I love the way it's bordering here. Well, I hope this has helped you and given you a little something to do while you're staying at home. I know we're all staying at home, aren't we? And I'm just making cards, and I hope that's what you're doing too. And when you make your cards, post them. I think you can post them right on our Pretty Paper Cards, my Pretty Paper Cards Facebook page, and show me what you're doing. I would love to see it, especially if you make one of these and maybe use a different outlining color or something. Show me what you do. And again, if you share, I will send you one of these cards in the mail for your own. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you'll be checking out my blog, prettypapercards.com. That's where you see everything I'm doing over there. And thank you so much for stopping by. Now put on your calendar so you can come back next Friday at 4 o'clock Pacific. I really look forward to seeing you then. And thank you so much. Bye-bye.